everyone, it's Gary here from the YouTube channel Finish Strong on Mission. So it's a very interesting topic. We've been talking to a lot of our peers and our cohort in the last month or two, done a lot of interviews with sports people, business people. Where are they in life as you age past 50 and the 60? What are they looking forward to? What motivates them? What occupies their mind and their time? Some of the people we interviewed are looking at retirement, and they're a little bit fearful about retirement. Maybe they've got a corporate job. They're looking at their last phase of life. I don't think retirement should be in our vocabulary. We talk a lot about on this channel. We are always preparing to be on a mission, to achieve something, to have a goal, to aim, to start something, to maintain, to grow and do better, expand our territory, and have faith for a better future. Not looking forward and saying, well, it all goes downhill from here. That's not what we do on this channel. So on this channel, we've got to toughen up. Today we're talking about training. I think your health and fitness as you get older becomes number one, because as we all know, we've all been sick, and we've all had loved ones that possibly have died and been sick and not well, and the energy is depleted. And unfortunately, we're fighting gravity, so your muscle mass starts depleting. And that's another rumble, which we'll talk about, on how to maintain and even grow muscle mass as you age. So what are you looking forward to? And what options do we have as we go forward? And it's good that we talk to each other. You're welcome to comment on this platform. But we're part of a few networks of business entrepreneurs, business people. We're involved in quite a few sports, so we talk to a lot of people in the sporting industry and see what is happening as you age, what happens regarding injuries, specifically muscle mass. We talk a lot about muscle mass. We're fighting against gravity. Your muscle mass depletes at about 1% a year, so you've got to be growing beyond that. And that's quite a struggle sometimes. But as we know, if you feel sick, if you're not feeling well, if your energy is down, it's such a difficult thing to rise above and go, no, I'm going to go and study now. I'm going to go and read, or I'm going to go and develop my mind. If you're not feeling well, it's not so great. And especially, I'm going to go for a walk or gym or do sport if you're not feeling well. So I think it comes down to that. If you're not prioritizing your health and fitness, you're not going to feel well. You're not going to be in that place where you'd like to go and train and do sporting activities and put energy into something. So we have to be careful and be intentional, and that's really the crux of this podcast and this video, is that let me encourage others that are getting into the last phase of life to not be negative. You know, things change, family changes, your kids leave, people get sick, your friends die. It can be depressing. It's not, the life changes, and I think that's what we're talking about, life changing as we age. So in the research we've done, and a lot of people we've spoken to, and there's been 5 things that came out of this research, which I just want to share with you, because possibly it'll help you get your thinking right, it'll help you to do a bit of better planning regarding health and fitness, what you eat. So lots of information, but comes down to 5 points. And this could be a start. We'll talk next time about motivation and your mindset and things like that next time. But this time we're talking about, and a lot of people I speak to are very smart people, very smart men and women, but they're out of shape. And I say, get down on the floor and now get up. Forget about getting up from a chair. Like, sit on the floor and get up. Do you know how to get up? We learned that in jiu-jitsu, how to get up on the floor quickly. Otherwise you get flattened. And there's certain techniques to get up from the floor. So I advise you, sit on the floor flat, maybe with your grandkids, and someone's at the door, something happens, the dog spins out or the kids fall. Can you get up quick enough to help them? Can you get up quick enough to defend yourself? And try it. And if you can't, there's a problem. So you need to start practicing. You need to start getting mobility. You need to start understanding what's important. Okay. As the leader of a family and the leader of a business and the leader of an organization, you need to be an example to many. And if you're not, maybe there's a credibility option. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm talking to a lot of smart people out there, and I'm here to motivate you and just to make you think about options. And remember, every year that we get older, gravity gets a bit hectic, and it gets you're vulnerable to sickness, you're vulnerable to disease, you're vulnerable to weird things. Okay, so we're not going to talk about diet. That's another whole issue, and you can do research on the internet. There's lots about that. I'm not going to start telling you what to eat. One thing I can tell you, is just no sugar. Okay, let's just get that straight. If you don't believe me, go and do research. No sugar as you get older. You want to kill yourself? Have sugar, and there's a lot of other problems that happen around that. Trust me, I've been there, I've looked at it, I've studied it. No sugar. Let's just get that straight. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You can't out-train a bad diet, especially when you get older. It'll wipe you out. So, okay, so we're talking about fitness. We're talking to smart people out there. Why don't you train? We all know, everybody I'm talking to, and everyone I've been talking to in the last month or two, they know about eating. Okay, leave that for now. They know about training. You should train, especially weights, resistance training, using your muscles, strengthening your bones. We all know that. I'm not here to say, hey, you must train. Everybody's like, yeah, I know that very well. Yeah, we must train. So the question I'm asking you today is, why don't you train? And that's what we're going to be talking about, the psychology of, actually, I know what to do, but I don't do it. And it's weird, because I talk to so many people, like, as I've said, I'm going to repeat myself a lot on this channel. They just can't get to it. And to me, it's sad. I'm trying to make a difference in many people's lives, and that's one of my missions, is to try and help others. I train every day, and I'm involved in different sports, and I've achieved different levels of sports, and we'll talk about that another time. All I'm here to do is not talk about myself, is talk about how I can help you. I've been down that road. I've been in the health and fitness industry. I've run clubs before. I understand what health and fitness is all about. So let's go through the 5. That's all today, just 5 points. The lack of time and prioritization. People say, oh, it's modern life, it's hectic, it's family, it's commitments. Exercise can easily fall into the bottom of the priority. Yes, it can. But then what's more important? Look at how many wealthy businessmen have died in their 50s and 60s. And they said, well, maybe I misprioritized. So let's learn from that. And so you're going to have all this wealth, and money can't buy. I've seen people lying in their deathbeds, in their sick beds, and they have millions of rand. It's not going to help them. It can't help you to have peace, and it can't help you to feel well and have a clear head. It's just such an important aspect that we all unfortunately overlook. So prioritization is probably what I do, and I can help you because I do this, is every day get up earlier. I get up at 5:15 every single day. Some days even earlier. I get up at 4:15 because you've got to start training at 5, or most days start training at 6. But if you get up early, get some fresh air, and you start your training, and you train flat out the best that you can, the rest of the day is easier. The rest of the day, you feel like you've achieved something. So I think if you don't prioritize it in your diary and in your weekly schedule, doesn't matter how many meetings you have or where you are or what you're doing, put in your diary you're going to train at whatever time as early as possible. And when you get past like our age, by the middle of the afternoon, you sort of, if you're not eating right, you also hit a slump. You don't feel like going to throw weights around by about 4, 5, 6, especially 7 or 8 at night. It's a tough one. There's always something that comes up anyway. So you're not going to train then. So get up earlier if necessary. And that's another whole mindset on its own. Put on your alarm. Don't think about it. When it's cold, rainy, wet, and it's nice in your warm bed, it's that comfort, you've got to get over it. If you're pursuing comfort, then this is not going to work for you, because this is not going to be comfortable. But the outcome is very good. The outcome is health, fitness, energy, another 10, 20 years of your life where you can actually be mobile. So forget about that pursuit of comfort. That's another topic, and it's not in this podcast. We're not pursuing that at all. So prioritize. I've said that enough now. Point number 2, lack of motivation and consistency. I think consistency is one of them. It's a superpower. If you're going to train once or twice a week, or maybe on the weekend when you have time and everything's in line, you're wasting your time. Okay, well, it's better than nothing, but you should be training when you get older every single day. That's how hectic it is to stay on top of the game and to start improving as you get older, is every single day. Even if it's going for a walk, picking up some weights, even if you buy some for the garage. I have a home gym as well, and do some resistance training, but daily. And you should be training 45 to 60 minutes, 45 minutes at least, possibly 60 minutes if you do a little bit of cardio, a little bit of light weights as well with it. But the point of number 2 is consistency every single day, not sporadically, when I get a chance. If it's prioritized as point 1, then you can say number 2 kicks in consistency. Every day you're going to do something that gets your heart rate up, gets your adrenaline going, get some oxygen. And oxygenation in your system is also so important. You can buy an oxygen machine, put on your finger, and check your oxygen levels are sufficient. If you don't breathe in deeply in your lungs and ram that air into your system, your oxygenation is going to drop. And what is health? What fights cancer? Oxygen, blood flow. That's what fights cancer, and obviously eating right. Okay, number 3, health issues and physical limitations. So many guys my age, I say, why don't you, no, my knee or my shoulder. I say, well, what's about the rest of your body? Like, if I injured my knee in jiu-jitsu, I got hurt, I fought guys I shouldn't have, and my knee was out for like 3 months, and it was it was terrible. And or the other day, I also hurt my shoulder in sport, and that took about 6 months or longer to heal. But the rest of your body, and you can still train lightly through the injury, you can't give it a stop totally, your muscles will get too depressed, but you can train the rest of your body. So don't let physical limitations and health issues be a problem. Do whatever you can. Okay, point number 4, psychological factors, self-esteem, negative past experiences, stress, willingness to engage in physical activity. It's not a choice anymore. It's something that it's not like, I don't really feel like it. No, you have to do it. If you want quality of life when you're older, and you want to be able to get out of your chair and get off the floor and actually catch a child and pick up your child, you better start some functional fitness. And you better, if you're not doing it now, start escalating it, because remember, it's not what we've done over the last few years may not hack it anymore because we're getting older. I spoke to my younger brother today. He can bench press 90 Ks. Okay? Let's talk weight. I'm starting to struggle at about 60. I'm starting to feel it's a little bit heavy nowadays. I used to do 80, 90. Now, 80 is out of the question. I'll probably rip my shoulder or my chest muscle. So I'm doing lighter, maybe more volume, but I'm not doing the weights I used to, from bench press to all the other weights. I have to manage it now because I can get hurt. I can go heavy and say I'm going to do 100 Ks bench, pull a muscle and be out of it for 6 months or even a year, because you take longer to heal when you get older. So psychological factors, have a positive outlook. Okay? Maybe learn how to do some boxing. Learn how to jab, cross, and hook, and do a few basic karate kicks, or do some boxing. I was with my boxing training the other day, and we were doing mobility. Sure, it was difficult, but I'm going to soldier on and do it because I want to get more mobile, more skipping, more mobile. Okay? Then a sedent, that's number 4. Psychologically, get your head right. Make a decision. It's not about, and forget the why and maybe and now. Who are you? Are you going to be a warrior? Are you going to end strong? Are you going to finish strong? Or are you going to be weak, pathetic, and hopeless? It really is I'm maybe being a bit harsh, but it's a question we have to ask ourselves. Who are you? Are you going to lead your family? Are you going to protect people? Or are you just going to say, I can't even get out of my chair, and then what are you? So I think it's harsh, but it's reality. And it's something that I'm seeing so many people struggle, and you don't have to struggle. Okay, let's move on. And then a sedentary lifestyle. Modern lifestyles, prolonged periods of sitting. We sit too long. Don't sit for more than an hour, maybe 2-3 hours at the most. Get up and go for a walk. Go and stand in the sun. Go and get a coffee. Go and just get up and remember oxygen, blood circulation. That is health. And if you're sitting for long periods of time, I knew people that sat for 5 hours, 6 hours, and it's like your body's just like getting part of the chair. It's atrophy. It's like just the muscle mass is going. If you lie in bed too long, I've seen people sick, lie in bed too long, the muscle mass depletes. And I've seen my friends go into hospital, and they just, after 10 days, they can hardly walk. The muscles are depleted. So if you're sitting on a chair and watching too much Netflix, okay, then that's going to be the outcome, whether you like it or not. So start walking. Rather walk to the shop than drive if you can. Start doing more physical activity. Start picking things up. Start swimming. Start doing stuff. We'll talk about different sports another time. So it's important to remember small amounts of activity will create oxygen, will create blood flow, and will create health. So I hope I've motivated you. That we're out of time now, but I hope I've motivated you actually get off the couch and go and do something and comment and put a routine in place. It doesn't matter how you want to do it, or you agree with me or you don't. If you don't put a routine in place and get off your butt and start training, I'm afraid you're going to end up in a sorry place, and you're going to be it's going to be very negative, and then your psychology is going to actually be down. And then how are you going to actually step up? What's going to happen is you're going to start cutting down. So remember, we're here to talk about finishing strong. We have faith. We pray for favor and wisdom. And I think the Lord says in the Bible, we can expand our territory, which is amazing. But we have to operate by faith and know that things are possible even when you get older. So I hope I've motivated you. Tell me about your schedule. We're going to come back and talk about just the thinking around motivation, and actually why will you get up early in the morning, and how do you actually do that. So don't pursue comfort. Start setting your alarm clock today, and I'll see you next time.